Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I should come up with a good morning song. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, YouTube. It is time to rise and receive. So if you're just getting here, I hope you have your tea, your coffee, your lemon water, whatever your morning brew is. Hope you're settling in. Hope your morning is off to a good start. And I'd like to officially welcome you to your 10-minute morning send-off, which is designed to support you in receiving what you most want by unlearning struggle. If you don't know who I am Sonia Miller, speaker, coach, and best-selling author, and I am really passionate about illuminating all of the ways that we work hard unnecessarily, that we struggle unnecessarily, because as you know how you actually struggle unnecessarily, that's the first step in unlearning struggle. And I am passionate about really offering the message that you cannot receive what you most want if you don't know how to receive. So that's what I do. That's what we do here at Rise and Receive, is really put the spotlight on what receiving actually is, because most of us don't know. Most of us think that receiving is about getting, and it's not. Getting is this energy of acquiring and capturing, and it's also a very static thing. Like once you get something, you're done. And that actually does not lead to fulfillment, because fulfillment is a feeling. And receiving actually is about experiencing. It's about having an experience or a feeling or many experiences or feelings move through you, and trusting in the flow of life and inviting it and allowing it to come into your life, your experience, your every waking moment, and opening up to that. That is what fulfillment is about. That's what receiving is really about. And so we have an opportunity to unlearn struggle and open up to really what we've been looking for, what we've been seeking. So what I've been doing here at Rise and Receive is each morning I pull one card from my new deck, the Receive deck. I highlight a receiving principle, and then I give you a willingness mantra to send you off into your day. And the willingness mantra is super duper powerful, because what it does is it allows you to align with the energy of invitation. The feminine model of manifestation and power is invitation based, and the masculine model is intention based. Most of us are pretty good at the intention base. We've learned the masculine model so well that we actually over-rely on it. So this is about letting that be, giving thanks for that, but really nourishing what for most of us is a malnourished and sometimes absent model of power that's based in the feminine power to actually create and manifest and produce concrete results both in our outer world but also in our inner world. So today, the card that I pulled is Soothe Your Struggle. Soothe your struggle. So if any of you are struggling a little bit or a lot, and I invite you to kind of just take a breath, lean back, and kind of just take a little bit of space to look at your life and be in the question of, what am I struggling with, if anything? Chances are, even if you're doing great, there might be something that you are wrestling. There might be something that you're trying to figure out. Might be something that you're struggling. And if you're on the other end of the continuum, like many people that I'm talking to these days, in light of current events, in light of what's happening in the planet, some people are struggling a lot. I actually just got a text from a friend and client who's had so many things that are like falling from the sky on her that have to do with family members and health and oh my gosh, so much. And I know that there's a lot of people that are struggling. So my offering today, I really hope and invite you to open up to these principles so that you can soothe your struggle. Okay? So this is what today's card is about. Sit back. You might want to close your eyes and let these words wash over you. I'm going to read you the card and then I'm going to unpack it a little bit more. Okay. There is nothing inherently bad or wrong with struggle. We suffer because of what we think our struggle means. Do you believe your struggle means endless discontent? Do you fear struggle means you are powerless? Do you believe your struggle means you're stupid, inadequate, unworthy, or doomed? Some struggle is a natural part of life. A mother and baby in childbirth, a seed sprout pushing through the earth, a butterfly emerging from its cocoon. But for the modern day human, most struggle is learned. We got the message that we must control to be safe. And yet control is an illusion. And while life is messy, miracles can happen in the messy. Seeking control helped you survive, but receiving your struggle instead allows you to thrive. When you become aware of struggle, take a breath and let it be here. Simply let it be here. Let your struggle find a home in your heart of compassion so that it can rest. Then take a breath or two and ask, what's the kindest thing I can do right now? Then do it. As you let your struggle rest, spaciousness invites new possibilities. So with that, I'm going to offer you my willingness mantra for the day. You can write it down. You can come back and listen to this to catch it. Eat it, breathe it, sleep it. Really, whenever you notice struggle, and it's all first about awareness, just notice, oh, I'm struggling. Instead of getting lost in the struggle or diving into the struggle where you're trying to solve the struggle, simply notice the struggle, take a breath, and here's your willingness mantra. I am willing to receive new possibilities as I allow struggle to rest. I am willing to receive new possibilities as I allow struggle to rest. So, I hope this is starting to open up some space for you to simply be, because when we struggle, our animal instinct is to solve the struggle. It's to make it go away. Because, again, unconsciously and sometimes consciously, we see the struggle itself as inherently bad or wrong. I shouldn't be struggling. But who says you shouldn't be struggling? What if instead of fighting the struggle, you simply say yes to it? Okay, I'm struggling. You take a breath. Let it be here. Rest. That energy of let it be here, let it rest, is the energy of the Divine Mother, is the energy of home. It's the energy of letting the struggle land. Okay? As we shift out of the masculine model, which is about solving and fixing and conquering and controlling and hunting, which is really good in the right circumstances, and expand how we view our struggle, how we relate to it, to include the feminine model, which receives, which soothes, which nourishes, which allows things to rest, that all provides space. And space is the invitation in which something new can come in. But when that space is filled with the battle, the space is filled up and that's all we can experience. We're busy. Our hands are busy with the struggle. But when we can let everything rest, now our hands are open again to receive something new. So what I'd like to do is unpack this a little bit more, and I'd like to start with a story, a personal story that you can take the details and apply them to your life, but I think it's going to really turn on some, ahas for some people. So for those of you who don't know me, my journey into healing and transformation and ultimately coaching was my own battle with an eating disorder. I used to have bulimia way back in my college years and in my early 20s. And like many things that we battle, the battle is usually not about the thing. So the other day, I think it was yesterday, we did a card on rise and receive on money. And money is never about money. It's always about the meaning that we associate with money. Okay? Eating disorders, food and body issues are not about food, and they're not about our body. They're about all of this meaning and energy that we associate, and these dynamics around control that are up for us. So when I started to heal from bulimia, and I learned it wasn't about food, one of the first things I needed to do was learn how to feel my feelings, because back then I was kind of like the talking head. I was really well trained in the masculine model of power, which was thinking and analysis and action, and I was a really good achiever, but inside I was dying a spiritual death. So back to baby steps. How do you feel your feelings and why bother? Well, there's a lot of reasons to bother, because the feelings are the doorway to your relationship with life, to your relationship with the feminine, to your relationship with nurture, which allows you to receive, and become a masterful receiver. So one of the things I discovered was, as I learned to feel the feelings, to nurture and soothe all of the stuff that I didn't even know was there. In other words, to receive my don't wants, I started to become able to receive my do wants, because the space was opening up and the flow started to happen. So here's what happened. I started to feel pain and fear and loneliness, and I learned how to do that in a safe, loving, compassionate way, finding a home in my heart so that it could rest. But what I didn't expect was that as I started to feel the fear and the pain and the loneliness, I started to experience joy like never before. I started to hear myself laugh like never before. I started to feel my body like never before. It wasn't just the talking head. It was incredible, and it was nothing I expected, because I didn't even know that joy was missing from my life. But when I learned to protect myself from fear, pain, and loneliness, I also blocked the flow to the joy, to the freedom, to the play, and to the laughter that I didn't even know was missing. Okay, so this model of power and the receiving that I love to illuminate is really about understanding that in order to receive your do wants, you have to practice receiving your don't wants. And most of us don't know how to do that. We've learned to, again, try to control the don't wants. Okay, so there's kind of these polarities. In order to receive your do wants, you have to receive your don't wants. And in order to receive ease, you must receive struggle. You must learn how to receive struggle. Now, to receive with ease and to receive the do wants, we have an opportunity to explore space and invitation. That's the feminine, okay? And then to receive the don't wants and to receive the struggle, we learn how to soothe and nurture. So space, invitation, soothing, and nurturing all empower us to feel safe with whatever life gives us. It's the feminine. It receives all of it. So as you receive whatever life gives you, yes, there can be some pain, but pain is inevitable. Suffering is optional. The suffering can start to dissipate and rest, and then you can receive the kindness that life is always offering. So I hope that this has shined a light on struggle so that you can really start to think of it and relate to it in a new way. I'm going to give you your willingness mantra again. Okay. I am willing to receive new possibilities as I allow struggle to rest. In other words, as I allow it to simply be here. All right. If you want to re-listen to this, come back to my Facebook profile. It'll be posted. Or if you prefer YouTube, click on the link that I'll be providing. You can subscribe, hit the notification bell, and receive the Rise and Receive videos. each day, Monday through Friday. I'm here at 9:30 a.m. And if you want to learn more about receiving and unlearning struggle, feel free to check out my free webinar, receiveclass.com, or learn more about the Receive course, which is a self-paced home study program with weekly live Q&As. That's receivcourse.com. And if you have any questions, and please, if you have any celebrations of receivings, which just happens naturally, that's what happens. You unlearn struggle and receiving happens. Post. Share in the comments. Ask your questions. I am here to serve. All right? I hope you'll share this with people that you think could benefit. Again, I'm here to serve, and it helps me reach the people that I'm here to connect with. Have a great day, and I'll see you tomorrow at the next Rise and Receive. Bye, everybody.